You're listening to Part 3 of a Barefoot Lawyer Reports on China interview with Peiming Cheng, a man who claims to have survived a forced organ harvesting surgery by the Chinese Communist Party. In this episode, Mr. Cheng finishes telling his story, and Dr. Sen Nieh elaborates on these horrors committed by the Communist Party.
I was on the run for 9 years in China, from place to place. Then I realized that I can no longer hide because there's a warrant of arrest in the past, want me back, dead or alive, with a reward of 50,000 Chinese dollars. So I go to this just small road sneaky to the southern border of China, to Cambodia, then to Thailand, and reported to UN refugee camp in Bangkok, and I got a refugee status. And I want to thank Assistant Secretary Bob Destro, who investigate the case, facilitate to bring me out to United States. And he's standing with not only to help me as a person, he helped this victimized group, because I'm one of the million that survive. Almost all of them was killed, cremated after the forced organ harvesting. I have many fellow friends, Falun Gong practitioners, who will die of torture or vaporized, disappeared, and from forced organ harvesting. And we had a kind of a mutual agreement that anyone had a chance to get out to the free world should let the world know what's happening in China in the presence in detention center of forced organ harvesting. So I'm not only speaking for myself, I'm speaking on behalf of those voiceless fellow friends who lost their life or disappeared. So thanks Bob Destro and the State Department to help me and help this victimized group on forced organ harvesting. After I came to the United States in July 2020, I was brought to the hospital, the various testing lab, to conduct those imaging tests, ultrasounds, X-ray, MRI, total 9 different imaging tests of that. Then the doctors, Dr. Charles Lees and the others doctors, and check the medical examination, the images, and confirm that I have my left liver, specifically segments 2 and 3, was removed, forcefully removed. And also the lower left, the loop of the lung was surgery removed. And also my diaphragm being damaged with also damage to the nerve. So my diaphragm can no longer go down on the left. So, and the pain is not only that is last in the past two decades until today. It is painful on the chest, and it go synchronized with my pulse rate. Every time my heart beat, it hurts. That, particularly during the rainy days, the bad weathers. With the medical assessments of that, I was recognized as the first survivor of forced organ harvesting. I urge the people to listen to my stories, to the righteous group, the NGO, the human rights group, can force to form an international independent delegation groups to force China to open doors of their hospitals and the prisons, detention centers, to let people to investigate about forced organ harvesting, specifically tell me where is my left liver's skull and lung, what CCP did about that. Give me the answer. So I urge the international community pressure CCP that in this case they were it will slow down or even stop the crime of forced organ harvesting. Okay, there are many people in our country agree to be the organ donors in our driver license. Okay, I was told there is about 140 million Americans willing to donate, about 1/3 of the population, more than 1/3, 40% of the population willing to donate the organs if there's any accident. But we still don't have enough organs. And people with need to kidneys or livers or heart take long times, like for kidneys about 2 to 3 years, and for livers at least 2 years. With so many volunteer donors, we still don't have enough organs. And for kidneys, about 10% of the patients die while waiting. Okay, but in China, it's opposite. There are not many people willing to donate. They are in the order of about, they claim they have 1 million people willing to donate. Okay, from Red Cross, which is really not that much, even with, and we have 140 million, and they have 1 million. But their waiting line is very short. For kidneys, livers take about 2 weeks. 1 week to 3 weeks, you can get the organs you need. And they can even schedule when you get it. Even a heart. Okay, they can schedule a person who died with the same blood type with you and donate the heart or liver to you with a specific time. So, which really doesn't make any sense. And they did a large scale of organ harvesting. So the only possibility is they kept a large number of prisoners of conscience in detention center prisons waiting to be killed by organ demand. Very, very large number of human beings captive for the organ supply. And Falun Gong is one of the main source because people practice Falun Gong. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't have bad habit. So the quality of the organs are the premium, one of the best organs. So does Uyghurs because religions, their organ is better. So become the victimized group as being killed hundreds every day for the organ supply. And in the past, there was never a survivor really escape. His story is amazing. Is blessed by the God to escape many different details to come to the States and verified by our doctors. So, and he's one of the millions be able to testify that there is a forced organ harvesting is a large industrial scale and sponsored, actually carried out by the government, by the Communist Party. So yeah. It's a crime against humanity still of this. So it's being the whistleblower. It's about in the past 20 years, I'm one of the pioneers to get attention of that, but we still don't have enough attention from the general public, our medias, our governments, the international community to restrain CCP not to do that. Okay, we still have a medical collaboration with Chinese transplant doctors, with pharmaceutical companies, with tourisms. So in a sense, we need to raise awareness, including your program, let more people to know about it. Okay, don't do it, particularly from religious point of view, from Catholic point of view. It's cutting people heart open to take the organs. It's a humiliation to the God too. Yeah. So thank you for the program.
我谢谢人权动
Professor
物，
Sanders,
你们
I want
给了
to
我
I
们一
want
份
to
力量，
express my
使我
deep
们这些受难
appreciation
者
to your
我
arrangement of
非常
this
感谢你们，感谢
opportunity
你们，
to pay
你们
attention to
我
victims like
也
me.
感谢你们
And it's
对这
very
些信息的
important
报道，就是说
that
就
they
是
are
支持中
righteous
共，
organization like
最
Center
少让
of
公
Human
民都在
Rights
器
of
官这个
Kansas
罪恶，
University
这
can
个
stand
地
in
球上
solidarity with
再
those
没有这个
victimized
活在器
people,
官这个罪恶
including me.
罪
Forced
恶
organ
感，
harvesting is a
也
new
感谢你站
forms
在
of
受
evil
难
on
者这一
earth.
边，为我们
And
发
with
声。
more people stand on the right side, then there will be better chance to suppress the crimes seen by CCP. On that part, I thank the Center of Human Rights and thank you and well.
I just want to say we're very honored to have him with us. It is a terrible human rights abuse, and people need to realize that it's any government that permits this to occur is a totalitarian nightmare. So we're very honored to have him on the podcast, and we thank you, Sen, not only for your work on this, but for also translating and bringing him to our podcast.
The Catholic University of America's Center for Human Rights has published a documentary on the United Nations Universal Declaration on Human Rights. The documentary features world-class human rights experts, from former State Department officials to ambassadors and human rights activists. It can be found on our website at humanrights.catholic.edu.